Okay, estimating a correlation coefficients visually. This is a really important skill to have, and you have a tool that allows you to practice this as much as you want in your textbook. Clicking on this applet, and this is in our textbook. What page are we in here? Let's see. Okay, page 176. Clicking on this. So what we need to figure out is how much correlation coefficient we have here. And the maximum number is +1, and the minimum number is -1. However, -1 is a perfect straight line going down. +1 is a perfect straight line going up. Now, this is clearly not a perfect linear set of data. However, it is definitely linear enough. And I would guess that looking at it, that this probably has a 0.8 negative. So negative 0.8 is my best guess. And we're going to find out. And it's a pretty good guess. So we're going to find out what it exactly was, negative 0.77. So it's really important to be able to visually get comfortable with doing this. And the only way to do that is to try and play around with it, change how many points you're going to look at. That's a really tight correlation. I'd probably call that 0.9 negative. So if, again, 1 and -1 are perfectly linear data. Everything's exactly on the line. This one's going down, so it's negative. It's close to 1, but not 1, so negative 0.9 is what I'm guessing. And let's check what it is. Again, a pretty reasonable guess, and we'll just continue to pop this one. This one has a very low correlation, it's like a shotgun effect, all spread out. So I would say this is positive because it looks like it's going up from left to right, more or less. It's certainly not getting smaller. Don't see anything down here, don't see anything over here, but definitely see things in this first little region here and over here as well. So I'm going to guess maybe 0.2 or 0.3. I'm going to start with a positive 0.2 and see where we're at. Oh, stronger. Oh, my second guess was 0.3. Let's check that out. Still stronger? Oh, I'm surprised it's this high. There we go. So, 0.5. So again, this is an excellent tool because you just get you to visually be able to estimate these calculations. We're not going to be doing the calculations by hand. We're going to use the computer to give us that calculation. However, it's really important that you can visually understand what that number is. So the most important thing is understanding visually what that number tells us. And so if I give you a coefficient of correlation of 0.5, you realize that's pretty wide spread out shotgun effect. So let's do another one. So this one is even lower, I think. So I would put this one maybe at 0.3 or 0.4. We'll start with 0.3 for my first. And there we go. So again, very low correlation. So correlation that is not linear is going to be close to 0. It's positive if it's going up from left to right, negative if it's going down from left to right. And again, down from left to right or up. And it's basically going up, but very weak. I'd be hesitant of thinking that you get a lot of information with a linear model for this data because it's very scattered. And again, what's straight enough is more of a judgment call, but this one just doesn't really meet that, in my opinion, of straight enough. This one definitely does. That's like a 0.9 negative. So negative 0.9 is my best guess. Let's see what it was. So again, I'm within 0.1, and that's what you want to get. Just practice, practice, practice with this until you're really comfortable with being able to associate that number with the visual data.